In this lesson, we'll show you how to use the Selection Inspector. The first thing you have to do before using the Selection Inspector is to select an item, either in the scene or from the selection tree. So let's say that we want to inspect one of these columns. The first thing we're going to do is left-click on the column we want to inspect. We'll then right-click on the selected column and go to Selection Inspector from the drop-down menu. You can also use the selection tree. Select the item and then right-click on it in the selection tree, and you can go to Selection Inspector from there. Once you click on Selection Inspector, a new window will open, showing the item or items that you have selected, along with all the properties that are available to view for them. If the properties listed are not sufficient for your needs, you can always add more properties to the Selection Inspector. You can do that by either clicking Quick Property Definitions, the button at the top of the Selection Inspector, or using the keyboard shortcut, F12. This will open the Options Editor, already set to the menu that will allow you to add new properties. If you click the green plus sign, additional categories and properties will appear. You can choose what sort of category you want to add. And in some cases, you can set the value for that property. So in this example, Element ID is automatically defined when you load your project into Navisworks. But you can choose what defines the base level when you select base level as one of the categories. Let's add one more, structural material, and we'll set the property to behavior. When you're done adding properties, click OK. You'll notice now in the Selection Inspector that some categories don't have any values for the particular item that we're inspecting. Be aware that not every item is going to necessarily have a value for every potential property in Navisworks. Also note that once the Selection Inspector is open, you can click on any other item and it will automatically insert it into the Selection Inspector. Although if you don't keep your original item selected, it will be removed from the Selection Inspector. Additionally, under the selection tree, each individual heading counts as a single selection. So if we select all the columns that we can see in the selection tree, it will include all the data values for each individual column, as well as a Selection Inspector value for the overarching columns category. Once you've selected everything that you want for the Selection Inspector, you can always export the report by clicking on the Export button. It'll export to CSV, which you can then open in Excel, so you can view the report outside of Navisworks.